Hello everyone, welcome to our channel where we share our travel adventures and tips. In this video, I'm going to show you the last port on our 7-night cruise to Alaska aboard of the Quantum of the Seas. We only had time to visit one place in Victoria, Canada, but it was a very special one, the Butchart Gardens, a group of floral display gardens that receive over 1 million visitors each year. We booked the excursion on the Royal Caribbean app, which included a bus ride to the garden. It was a great way to see the city and learn some interesting facts from our driver. He was very friendly and knowledgeable, and he kept us entertained during the 45-minute journey. We enjoyed the scenic views along the way.
So he's going to turn left pretty soon. If not, then we're going to pass them.
Victoria is a beautiful city with a lot of history and charm. It is known as Canada's Garden City because of its perfect growing climate and its many parks and green spaces. We were so excited to explore this amazing city and to see its most famous attraction, the Butchart Gardens.
This tract was given to the city free by James Douglas.
The Butchart Gardens have been designated as a National Historic Site of Canada since 2004 and are still owned and managed by the Butchart family.
It's first opened in early, late 1800s. Now we're kind of in downtown Victoria now. Downtown Victoria is not very big. I'm going to slow down here.
We arrived at the Butchart Gardens in the afternoon and we only had 1.5 hours to cover the whole garden. That's not a lot of time, but we managed to see most of it. We decided to do it anti-clockwise, starting from the sunken garden, which was once a limestone quarry that was transformed into a stunning garden by Jenny Butchart. Here is the lookout point that offers a panoramic view of the entire garden from above. You can see the contrast between the former quarry walls and the lush vegetation. The sunken garden is one of the most impressive parts of the Butchart Gardens, with its dramatic landscape, colorful flowers, and water features. The Butchart Gardens were created by Jenny Butchart, the wife of Robert Pym Butchart, a cement manufacturer who owned a limestone quarry on the site. She transformed the exhausted quarry into a stunning garden with tons of topsoil and thousands of plants. This is the Ross Fountain that shoots water up to 70 feet high. We saw a variety of trees and shrubs that added texture and height to the garden. We walked along the paths that curved around the former quarry walls, admiring the contrast between the rugged rock and the delicate plants. We continued our exploration and came across a pond that reflected the sky and the surrounding greenery. We saw some ducks swimming in the water and some fish darting below the surface. We heard the sound of a waterfall that cascaded from one side of the pond to another. We felt like we were entering a different world. A world of beauty, tranquility, and wonder. Next, we went to the Rose Garden, which was created in 1929 by replacing the kitchen vegetable garden. One of the special features of the Butchart Gardens is the Rose Carousel, a charming and whimsical ride that appeals to both children and adults. There is also a beautiful fountain in the center of the garden that adds to the charm. The Rose Garden has over 250 varieties of roses and is a delight for the senses. You can smell the fragrance of the roses and hear the buzzing of the bees. After that, we visited the Japanese garden, which was designed by Isaburo Kishida, a garden designer from Yokohama who came to Victoria in 1907. We entered the Japanese garden through a torii gate, which marks the transition from the mundane to the sacred. We followed the winding paths that led us to different scenes and views. We saw stone lanterns that lit the way, bridges that crossed over ponds, and waterfalls that added movement and sound. The Japanese garden is very serene and peaceful, with its winding paths, stone lanterns, bridges, and ponds. Then, we moved on to the Italian garden, which was built in 1926 on the site of the former tennis courts. The Italian garden is very elegant and formal, with its geometric patterns, statues, and pergolas. Here we got a gelato from the creamery. It was one of the best we tried. You can also see some of the exotic plants that Jenny Butchart collected from her travels around the world. We were lucky to catch the last rays of the sun that illuminated the flowers and made them glow. We had a wonderful time at the Butchart Gardens, and we were amazed by its beauty and history. It's definitely one of the must-see attractions in Victoria, and I highly recommend it to anyone who loves nature and flowers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more travel videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.